Okay. Yes, let's have everybody sit down. Is that a mobile device or what is that? Yes. Everybody turn off your laptops. Yes, thank you. So Okay. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So today's agenda remains similar. I need attention, guys. All right, try to pack your stuff. I'll give you like maybe 2 minutes. So okay, so this week's agenda remains similar. We will be sharing some personal wins. We will not be going deep into this week. Organizational updates will be given to us by Emre, and it's going to happen last. That's something that we're going to have different because Emre is not able to join us at the moment. So we will be going over the education updates, internship updates, communications, products, finance, and then we will be going to our generation for projects and quarter finally. And at last, we will receive our conclusive remarks. So for personal wins, maybe let's just have one or two people out here, and we've had so far. So yeah, Nazri, how about you? How about you come out here and share your personal wins with us? Anything, Nazri, don't worry.
Uh, Hi. I don't have many personalities to be honest. I'm just coming back from vacation. I had like a month off, so maybe we can consider that a win. And yeah, I went well. Should I nominate somebody else?
Yes, nomination.
I don't know. I'll nominate Dave over there.
Dave, you'll have to nominate one more female person, and then we'll be over with this. Personal wins.
Hi team, my name is David Ardisi. I'm I'm Ethiopian finance manager. So my personal weekly wins for this week would be we had a trip. It was G5, I think G5 and G4 like combined trip, and I liked it because there was like we climbed to the top of the mountain and like the fresh air. Yeah, that's like my personal win, one of my personal win. So I would like to nominate. I don't know, like more of like almost all of the girls here. So I'm going to go with like that girl. I don't know the hair name. The girl with yes.
Come out here, tell us what your name is, and then share some personal wins with us. It's not going to be that difficult. So, since you're wearing a mask, I'm going to assume that you're sick in a way. So, please try to take the mic away a bit further from your.
Okay, thank you. And my weekly wins. Okay, okay, we go.
Who are you first?
My name is Kembon. I'm remote G5 student.
Remote G5.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm in a product team. And my weekly wins, like I have learned a lot about how products are managed and how they are developed. And
Product updates. People.
huh? No,
That's
I am a
personal.
product intern.
What
so-
happened on a personal level?
Yeah, adding some knowledge about products.
What, don't you remember like any movies, food,
Okay.
people, socializing, events,
Yeah.
something you learned maybe, someone you met, anything?
I don't have one. Maybe I had a good game. Like, yeah. My team Arsenal won. Like, that was that was a weekly win. Yeah.
Yes. Who are they playing against now? Now that's the test.
With Porto.
Porto, like the Champions League. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's it for the personal wins. We will be going over the organizational updates. Let me make sure Emre has joined us. If not, we can wait until he does. All right. So in that case, we have Brooke joining us remotely. Yeah, Brooke, would you mind giving us the education updates for G5?
Hi, Yamado.
Yes,
Hello?
yes, you're audible, Brooke.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. So for this week in G5 Education, we've finally got onboarded to A2SV Hub. As you all know, we have been using the Google Sheets for a while, and the remote team have started using the A2SV Hub. And like this week, the in-person education also onboarded on the system, and it looks good so far. Like the platform is really good, really well crafted, let's say. And we've migrated, actually Kanisa migrated most of the data, especially on the submission data, to the A2SV Hub for our students. And all the students and the heads are onboarded to the system. When we go to like specific schools this week for AAT, we've started, like we were on the preparation for the second phase education, and on Wednesday we've started the second phase education. And we covered a binary search lecture. And one new thing that we've started is the Ramadan compensation sessions. So since we have students who are on who are fasting, since it like our normal education time kind of overlap with the iftar time, we're having compensation sessions. For Addis Ababa and Adamasu, we had feedback summary and retrospective meetings. And for Addis Ababa, we've not a full time camp, but a kind of camp extension for February converts in order to kind of push them a bit more. And most of the students are on a break. When we come to the plans for the upcoming week, from topic wise, we're planning to cover advanced sorting in 2 parts because the lectures are starting the second phase.
Yes, there you go.
Okay. In the internship program, the soft skills, like the soft skill lectures and the learning paths are going in parallel. And about 40.
The presenters here ask you if you guys have any questions. I'm not sure that's like a habit that we all developed. So if you guys have any questions, so the purpose of this meeting, like I mentioned in the previous times, is to create a setting where information can flow from one team to another. So that's the main purpose. So we're not hoping for you to understand what's happening here. For example, the UI UX team is not supposed to understand what's happening with the internship or with G5 education, but if there are any questions that might resonate with you in any way, this is like the stage or the setting for you guys to ask anything, by the way. So there is no silly answers, silly questions. There is no, there won't be nothing that you will be judged for. So if you guys have any questions or whatsoever, please feel free to ask. So Zagga? Let's have you out here to give us the G4 secondary education updates.
Hey guys, I'm Saga and I'm a G4 secondary education lead. Uh, last week's update, the first one is the camp closing for us to G4. It was lagged by 1 week, and they have the demos for every projects for Vertex, Spark Tank, and Scarlet. And as all projects have a sync with the BI teams and UI UX teams in order to get the updated version of the project and the features to add the new features. It needs to be it needs some research from the BI teams, and we have contacted the BI teams about the projects. Then the camp closing trip, as Dave mentioned, we have had the trip, and G4 education was included too. The other is the G4 second year for AIT started on Wednesday. The day before yesterday, we have started for AIT, and for us too, we are going to start the education by next week on Monday. The other thing is like since the us2 project is the us2 campus ended, they are going to have the break. And lastly, we have hired some graduated members from AIT who were included on our G4 education. The plans for G4 secondary education, preparation for expo, we are going to have the expo for every projects on the April month. So we are going to prepare those daily variables for projects as well. We are going to prepare the pitch decks, the roll-ups, and the brochures too. Then we are going to start for testing first and continue working on the new features for AIT projects. That's mainly the updates. Since we have hired some members from G4 Education, we are going to announce them here. For Bazaar, we have had a mobile developer who is Zalvo. Let's have a clap for him.
You can, by the way, yeah. You can come and say a few words. Yes. Oh, do you have like all of the new hires here?
Yes.
Okay.
Antenna is a web developer from Bazaar. Is he?
Antenna Amara. Do we have Antenna Amara here?
Nope. Okay.
No. Okay, but regardless, let's give it up for this promotion. Who else do we have?
We have Katama.
Katama Kirma. Where is Katama?
They last.
Give it up for this. Thank you so much.
Then we have David Sandargacho.
Dave.
We still have ongoing interview with other candidates for the graduated members. We are going to announce them earlier.
Okay, so yeah, if you guys have like anything you'd like to share for your G4 second year students who okay, so you're just developer.
Yes.
That's just say any message if you have.
Me personally, I don't have any message.
I wish if
What kind of
there was a way
message?
to take away claps, I would do.
Because so
Any let's say plans or is there anything you'd like to do? Like
yeah, I would like to work on development more and push on my project maybe.
all right, thank you so much. Okay, so let's see if you have anything to say.
Actually, I have nothing to say, but I would say like I'm very, very happy because I've been for the development team. So I'm working on a Hakima project. Hakima is almost getting investors, so I think I will learn a lot and I'll contribute a lot in Hakima. that's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm also glad to join the Cordial, and I'm also working on the hiking up team. As he said, we kind of get some potential investor, so we should work well. So
Thank you so much and congratulations. Okay, Saga, do we have any questions for G4 secondary education? Yes, sir.
I heard the new hire saying they're happy to be part of Cordev. The question I have is this project being moved to Cordev? Like, wasn't this
Uh,
project supposed to be?
Yes,
secondary
for that,
education.
we didn't have the full update for that. That's like moving forward, since the projects are potential, Emre will decide to move forward on this project.
Also, secondary education projects are going to go to Corte.
I'm not sure.
Okay, thank you, Saga. Yes, and now we will have Ghana education updates. Let me just make sure if we have any Ghana representatives. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's the case because, yeah, the Ghana heads of education reached out to me earlier today. They said they have a huge internet outage due to some reasons with the cables, I believe. So they won't be able to join. So if they have assigned a representative to give the Ghana updates, that would be nice. If not, I would give them myself. Okay. So yeah, these are the wins and plans that Mati and Surafil has sent to me from Ghana. So the wins are practice on DP. So dynamic programming is something that they practiced throughout the week. Last week also, shorter path lecture. That's something that they had with their students. As you guys know, the Ghana education are undergoing like a camp session, which is going to be the longest camp in A2SV history. So shortest path lecture was given, recap on backtracking, and communication sessions with Andy. Pretty sure you guys are aware of who Andy is. And as for the plans, they will be going over numerics lecture. That's a lecture that I found hard to understand, but yeah, that's just me. So they'll be going over numerics lecture, strings lecture, individual contests, and the communication sessions with Andy will continue. That's it for Ghana education. Next, we have remote education updates given to us by Yared.
Hello guys, my name is Yared. I'll be giving you the wins and plans for remote education. I'm going to be starting off from G5 education. So in the past week for G5 education, we continued our normal education session. This week we didn't have any lectures. Our students were practicing on 2-pointers lectures that was given the previous week. And the other win or half a win we've had was sending internet package money for our students. This was done for our Ethiopian students that want internet package to be sent to them. But for the other students who are non-Ethiopians, we did not send money for the internet packages yet. That's going to be done the next week. Another one was as a win we had is organizing an experience sharing session with our G5 students. That's going to be done today. We've already planned that, and the use for having this session for our remote education students is because most of our students are outside of Ethiopia and they're not aware of A2SV as most of you here are, or people in Ethiopia are, because A2SV has a strong stance in Ethiopia, but not in other African countries. So we planned on organizing this experience sharing sessions with our students so that they'd know more about A2SV and be motivated more. And for the plans we have for the next week, one is we're going to continue our normal education session. We're going to be giving a sliding window lecture next week. And another one is, as I've mentioned before, we're going to be sending internet packages money for our non-Ethiopian students. When moving on to G4 secondary education, this week. They completed their first sprint. Our G4 second year team, they're working on this project called Easy Pay. I've mentioned it before. So the past week, they completed. They were working on individual components, separate components, because the UI UX for the mobile for Easy Pay was completed or it's ongoing. So they were working on the components. For backend, they decided to use the Go, the language Go for the backend, and because some of our members do not have experience in Go, they worked on a starter project, and they're going to complete that today. And for web, they prepared on using GraphQL. So they decided to use GraphQL as well for the backend and for web. So the web team were working on familiarizing themselves with GraphQL. And another thing as a win we've had from G4 second year education is they prepared standard to use during development. This includes how they're going to write commit messages and stuff like that. I think most of you are aware of this. And for the plans, next week they're going to be working on their second sprint. For mobile, it means implementing the onboarding sprints. And for backend, it means implementing the authentication functionality. And for web, it's going to be setting up the development environment. The web team has not started implementing pages and stuff because UI UX, the UI hasn't been designed for web yet. They're going to finish mobile and then continue to web. So those are the updates from G4 and G5 remote education. If any of you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. If not, Dagi, it's back to you.
Thank you, Arit. Yeah, up next we have community education updates given to us by Ramni.
Hey guys, my name is Bamnat. I'm one of the head of community education. So in the community education this week, we have continued the normal education for community students. So this includes lectures and auto approach sessions on Wednesday and Friday. We have started working on initial hackathon tasks. So we have started the planning phase of the hackathon. And the third update is onboarding new community members. Yeah. Yeah. Like, so let me continue. So the third one is we have onboard new community members. So there were around, I think, 17 people that were new. So we have onboarded them and we have created a new class for those people. When we come to the plans, yeah, we'll continue the community education. Current community education students are really focused in Ethiopia, so we want to make this a little bit diverse. The last one, yeah, we'll continue to work on hackathon initial tasks. So this includes mostly initial planning phases, defining timelines, and selecting teams. So we'll be working on that. So that would be all for community education.
So when is the hackathon going to start? When is it going to be for undergrad?
So about the exact timeline, we have not decided yet, but we are trying to explore the academic calendar of African universities so that
also. And we had held meetings with Funda. Funda is our head of product, and Mr. Chang is also head of finance to better our pitch deck. So we are working with them. And for the plans, we are as like the result of the conversation is we start working on MOU. So we are going to work with them Hakima project. So started on going to be continued next week. We hope to finish the refining the priorities for the AIT projects and for the UI design also doing like the designs for both the AIT and us 2 projects. So they are going to be continued. And for social media, we do have like weekly social media posts. So we are going to continue working with social media team and the core people to post for next week also. And we are going to continue product testing for remaining core day projects. And we are also will continue to work on the retention plans for core day project. And we do and on the meeting we had with Funda and Mr. Cheng, we have actionable items we need to work with the core dev team. So we are going to work on that. And the meeting with Funda and the Cheng is also is going to be held next week. So we are going to continue that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. If there are no questions, up next we have finance. Finance updates from Dave. Dave, please give us the updates.
Hi everyone, my name is David. I'm a finance manager in Ethiopia. So I'm going to give you finance updates that like we had this week. So the first one is like we provided internet package to as to G5 students, head of educations, remote G5 and G4 second year students, and other staff members. The other one is we sent contract for new hires. The other one is we like purchased flight tickets for like for those who were coming to Ethiopia and for those who are living from Ethiopia. The other one is we provided snacks for abroad and AIT throughout this week. The other one, like we made a payment for semi-annual gym membership, like subscription for like new employees and we updated like the other round of we made a payment for the other round of semi-final semi-annual gym membership for the previous ones. The other one we addressed financial needs like this week. For example, for Expo, there was also like trip. We had a trip, and like there were like so many things that like needs financial fuel. So for the next week, the plans are going to be like provided as follows. The first one is providing internet package for us to Addis Ababa to G4 second students, heads of educations, remote G4 second students, and other staff members. We continue sending contracts for new hires and promotions. Yeah. The other one, we will continue providing snacks for abroad and AIT. The other one, because we are onboarding new employees to A2SV, so we also expect to make payment for gym subscription. So yeah. So the other one is also we are planning to make March projection for March project A2SV March expense projection for next week. The last one, we are planning to address financial needs when it is needed. If you have any questions regarding finance, you're welcome. Thank you. If not.
Okay, thank you so much, Dave. Yes, up next we'll be going over our Generation 4 updates. The first project we have is Hakim Hub, which is going to be by Steve. Steve, please give us the updates.
Hi, my name is Stefanos, and I'll be giving you the updates for Hakim Hub. The first one is we of second semester development. So we started after a break. We started the development. Then, as you all know, the Hakim Hub was part of the Health Expo, and we had an interested investor in Hakim Hub, and we had that discussions with their investor this week. And another one is we welcomed 3 new intern members into our team, one for mobile, one for web, and one for product. Another one is we progressed in testing and our previous features. So, and those are the wins. The plans ahead are to complete the testing and complete the development for remaining features. And we got some suggestions from industry experts and others on the expo. So we're going to have a discussion on those suggestions, and finally we'll be starting a product development for the next features. That's it.
Thank you for the brief updates, Steve. Let's have Nazrawi share the ride share updates with us.
Hi again. Yes, for last week we kicked off the second semester on Wednesday. So we don't have much updates because it's only been 2 days since then. So these are reports from Wednesday and Thursday. We finalized the MVP features with the product team. So we decided which features are going to be inside the MVP and which ones we're going to keep for later. And then we've started implementing the tests for the previous completed features, but we haven't finished that. So next week we plan to continue testing and as well as continue development of the other features that have not been completed during the camp. And then, finalize the user stories for the MVP because we need the user stories for the features that don't have UI yet. So yeah, those are the plans. Thank you.
Thank you, Nazri. Up next, we have Bazar by our new and fresh employee.
Hi guys, I will be giving you the Bazaar updates. So for the past week, for the 2 days, 3 maybe, we have kicked off the second year education, no, actually development, and also we have had a discussion with the team. We have hired one mobile and one web team, mobile being me. So, and also this one is on progress. We have plans on completing testing of the previous features. And for the plans, yeah, as I said, we are planning on completing the testing for previous features and continue on the remaining features development and also prepare deliverables for the Disrupt Expo. And yeah, start product development for next features with the BIT. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Rosen. Up next, we have Vertex by Emmanuel. Do we have a physically a person who is going to represent us physically, or are we going to have someone from remote?
I'm here, Dagi.
Okay, Aman, continue.
Yeah, so my name is Amanil Alamayo. I'm head of education for the G4 secondary education, and I'm going to give you the updates for Vertex, which is one of the ASTU projects. And yeah, so the first win is we had our camp closing before yesterday on Wednesday, and we presented our projects on the internal demos. The next one is we finished implementing our landing pages. This was part of our first sprint plan, uh, which got postponed. And we also initiated and finalized our second sprint, which is mainly composed of the learning component. So our content creators can come and create any contents they want, cards, topics, and blogs. And then students can go and read. We have also managed to integrate all the services with the backend. And the last two, they are still on progress. Like we're still left with some works regarding the testing and code refinement and making the web pages responsive. And for the next week, some of our plans include like continuing development remotely, because as you guys know, we just finished our camp before yesterday, and the students are on a break, but still the expos are coming, so the works have to be continued. And some of our volunteer teammates and especially the UI UX and product members are going to continue working on the expo deliverables. We are also planning to have our camp retrospective meeting and plan for our third sprint with the members. We are also planning to sync with our product teams, especially regarding the expos and the deliverables that we are expected to prepare. And the last one is we are also going to start our normal education sessions. This is not decided yet, but probably we're going to start with the next phase on the next Wednesday. So these are our wins and plans. Dagi, if you guys have any questions? You're welcome.
All right, no questions are raised here. Aman, thank you so much for the updates. Up next, we have Escalate from Abigail. Abigail is joining us physically here in person this week. Abigail, please tell us a few things about yourself and then continue with the updates.
Hey guys, so I'm Abigail from Escalate, and I'm the product manager as well as the web team in Escalate. So I'll be giving you some of the wins and plans. Thank you. So for the wins, as Aman said, we had our progress demo this week on Wednesday. So as you all know, we had a trip with Group 5 members on Sunday, but we had to get back to class on Monday morning, and we continued the development till Wednesday. And Wednesday afternoon, we had a progress demo. So until Wednesday, we were working on implementation of the landing page and the About Us page, and we also started the web responsiveness implementation. So I don't see that here, but we also planned last week to present like a dark mode feature, but we were not able to do that due to like the lack of time. And we were also able to integrate backend and front end. So that were for the wins. And the plans we have is, even though we are on break, we will have to start working because the expo is very close. So we're going to be working on our expo materials from the product and UI end. And we'll also start like having a meeting on our project retrospective and having like what we did on the camp and how we can improve. So we'll also continue mobile and UI UX design, and also we will continue improving the UI UX design for the web. So due to some feedbacks we got when we presented our demo, we'll be improving our web designs and implementations as well. And we also run around some like problems when we were trying to integrate the web and the backend. So we'll be refactoring the backend code to make things more robust. So that's it. No problem. So like the plan is that like we're trying to bring some deliverable because like what we did in the demo is not enough to like present in the expo. We would have to work on some deliverables to
Okay, sorry everyone, we got disconnected for a moment. So yeah, Mati, please give us the Spark Tank
Yeah.
updates.
Thank you, Dag. So for the last week, like we had a camp closing and internal demos, and also like we have started the implementation of the proposal builder, uh, aided by the generative AI, and also like we have done more code refinement and testing. Uh, and like the other thing is integrating the UIs, all the UIs we had, like we have with the backend. So it's an ongoing process. It's not finished yet. So this is the last week updates, and for our plans for the coming week, as you know, like we're taking breaks and energize ourselves, and uh, we have like we're planning to have a plan for the expo, and also work on expo deliverables based on the plans. And we plan to start a normal education session as well. Thank you, Dag.
Thank you, Mati. Up next, we'll be going over core dev updates. First, we have AfroChat, Thaddeus.
Okay. So for us, this week's plan was to test and refine our mobile and mini app, which is in progress. There are some things we addressed, and there are some things left which we're gonna do for next week. And also for guest mode feature for the mobile app, we have prepared the user stories, and now we can start on the development for the backend and also for the mobile product. We had a product review session with Funda, and she gave us some pointers in terms of the product, what we should correct, we should improve, and also the focus on organizational businesses or our B2B developments. So next week, the plan is going to be focusing on testing and refining the continuous progress of updating our platform for the Expo especially. We're going to be working on a new pitch deck content and design, and we're going to be having another session with Funda about that. Also, we're going to be modifying, updating our brochure, one-pager, PRD, and other graphic materials since Funda recommended us to update every changes we have made. It has been diverging a lot from the documentation. And also, admin dashboard and landing page, we are planning on redesigning with some minor changes on the UIs we posted. And after that, I think pretty much we're ready for the expo. Yeah. Any questions? Okay. So that is the case. Next team, adults.
Um,
Good.
get some. Okay, for this week, we participated in the E2 Health Expo. Was a fun event. We met a lot of doctors that will be really helpful in the success of adults. For another update is we have updated the brochure for the Addis Expo that Emre will be part of. We've also held partnership with Manaki, a healthcare consultancy that want to be part of because adults future. So we also had a discussion to analyze the insights we got from the expo. Since there were a lot of doctors and health medical experts, they gave feedback on adults. So we had to analyze those feedbacks to decide which ones to incorporate and which ones to leave out. We've continued testing the backend and mobile, which we'll also to do next week. We'll also start testing the web. One other thing we'll do next week is update the contraction timer feature. For this feature, we had a feedback from the expo that people wanted get some kind of resource on how to measure their contractions. So we'll be adding those. We'll also add the behavioral signs on the app. These are things that pregnant women should look out for during their pregnancy. So yes, we'll add this. Any questions?
No questions? Yeah, up next we have Akil.
Okay, for this week, for Akil updates, we had a round of review session with seniors on Addis Expo deliverables. We had around like two or three reviews with Emre. We had a review with Funda and also Jordanus. So yeah, we were addressing the comments that they give on our deliverables. We've also make the first visit to Gibson High School, Gibson Hillside and School of Tomorrow High School. We'll be contacting them like later in the next week. We've also prepared a feedback collection questionnaire form for like, to be asked with the most active volunteers and NGOs on our platform. We plan to set up the developer account for iOS. That's not done. Like we are waiting for the verification. We've also planned to clean up and finalize the admin dashboard. We made some progress on that part. Still, there is things to do. So we'll continue refining our admin dashboard for the expo, and we've worked on the landing page implementation. We worked on its responsiveness and added about us page. Next week, we plan to conduct feedback collection with the active volunteers and NGOs in our platform. We would also do in Team Soro product testing. We expect a lot of like NGO visitors on the Addis 24 Expo, and we wanted to make sure that everything works on our website so that people can sign up easily there. We will also continue working on the Addis Wrapped Expo deliverables. We refine our pitch deck, roll up banner stickers, and we also would continue the with testing and covering more code on our code base.
Thank you, Mahi. Up next, we have Skill Bridge, which is going to be by Joe. Joe, is this the new QR code?
Hello guys, I'm Johannes. So I'm gonna give you updates for Skill Bridge team.
Nobody can hear you.
So this week for our weekly wins, we have been trying adding localization for Afan Oromo, but we haven't completed it yet. So we will work on it the next week. For uploading our mobile app to Play Store, we have done that. We have uploaded our app for open testing. So we have shared our link there. For interviewing most active users, we have been conducting some interviews and we have been receiving some feedbacks, but we also continue this interviewing process for the next week also. For visiting more schools, we had a feedback session with Nasi High School, and for Gibson High School, Hillside High School, and School of Tomorrow, we have paid them a visit, but they asked us to prepare some so they have asked us a formal letter to give them to them. Then they will give us the green, and we will. So we are planning to visit them the next week with a formal letter. That's it. So for test coverage, we have been working the past 2 weeks. We have been working on
our internet disconnected, but it should be fine now.
Is this one? So there are some features we want to complete. We have to complete on the on, on the iOS version, and then we're also waiting for the developer accounts for the iOS and for the App Store. And we're done with mobile activity tracking for the users, and we're also done tracking those information from the backend as well. And we've sent out our recent validation rollout. So today we sent 2,485 number to people who were contributing reviews. And we started writing the unit testing for the dashboard. And we had a product session with Sunda where we talked about our what we've been working so far and what our next plan should be. And on the new features for the mobile app, we've added a way where people could suggest an item to be added if it doesn't exist on the restaurant menu. So for the next big plans, we plan to finish uploading the mobile app to App Store. And then we will continue like functional and unit testing on the mobile app, add more restaurants, especially around Bole. And we will do backend code refactoring, rollouts, another round of weekly incentivization for people who are engaged in giving reviews. And on the Telegram mini app, we're planning to integrate Telegram native functionalities, which would handle a lot of things for the Telegram mini app, and then also make the interaction more like Telegram-like. So we will try to integrate those features as well. We will have a senior session with Mr. Oguru. We had one this week, so we'll continue the follow-up for the next week as well. Collect feedback from the product team. They've started doing that, and as we finish some updates on the mobile app, we'll also give them the new version to continue updates, to continue giving feedback, and implement user activity engagement table for the admin dashboard, where we're tracking the data now and we're going to work on the display next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinit. Okay, I guess this was it for our team. We had like a timely execution this week. That's very good to have. So finally, we have our conclusive remarks given to us by Mr. Alper. Mr. Alper, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Hello, guys. Once again, nice to be among you. Today, I'm going to talk about the responsibility and especially talk about the week ahead. So by tomorrow, Emre, me, Dr. Elefodius, are head of the board for A2SV, and our team from the US, Mr. Brian, Ms. Jordanos, and Mr. Ali, will be meeting for a symposium in California. It will be an African diaspora investment symposium where we are going to hope to meet some people, to get some grants, to get some connections, to get some interaction with top tech companies. So basically, it will be a very important week for all A2SV. Yes, we are trying to best to get you the opportunity and the sustainability. So while we are there and while Emre is out, it's up to you to correctly execute and take the responsibility of the whole A2SV on your shoulders. If you're ahead, you have to, let's say, you have to teach your juniors better. If you are a junior, if you are a student, you have to make it hard to make an improvement in yourself. So there are times in every person's lives where there's an opportunity and when there's also a threat. So this week is something like that. You are given an opportunity to prove yourselves, to be punctual, to be just in time for your meetings, to complete your tasks in time, and make sure that A2SV is a viable organization even without the seniors. And for us, it's our responsibility to go and ask for any kind of help, any kind of support we can get from the people who once lived in Africa. So the African diaspora event is a very huge, let's say, and also very important event for A2SV. You have to take your responsibility, my friends. You have to prove that you are worth the work we are putting in you. As the quote of the day says, choose a person who makes an effort to be with you, not a man who remembers you only when he has no alternatives. Which means we now need your attention, your concentration, your hard working, your punctuality more than ever for this week. Because in case we need something, some urgent needs from the states to support our cause, you should be ready to support us. Let this be a good week for you, weekend for us all, and then a good week for all A2SV. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alper. Oh, and I guess finally we have Emre join us to the call. Emre, do we have you?
Hi, Dagim and team. First of all, sorry to keep you wait, but I had a great meeting. Like as you can see, I'm currently in Istanbul, having meetings with some important people. Like maybe Alper abi said, maybe didn't, I don't know. But one big win is we got all the promotion materials that we were looking for delivered. So everything is ready. Our flight is tomorrow. Mr. Alper and I, we will be joining from here. And Dr. Elefolius is coming from Ethiopia. And we will get the squad together on Sunday in LA. And then we will drive up to San Francisco. And team, this event is big. Even the meeting I had today was about having some important people who can join our follow-up event that will take place next Saturday. Not this one, but next Saturday. So our organizational focus on the US end is going to be utilizing this event in the best manner so that we can bring the financial resources we are going to need until the end of 2025. So that's our objective. And we will continue working day and night for this purpose. Sorry, I couldn't provide the details from the presentation today, but I would say things are going well. I am very excited, and are getting connected. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Emre. We are hoping actually to see a demo of some of the hackers for the presentation materials if you had them on hand, but if that's not the case, I guess we will have to see them next time.
Well, like they just came fresh from Ankara this morning. Indeed, one of the workers of Alper Abi picked them, but they are not with me at the moment. Let's say we are going to show them by next week, Lewis.
All right. Thank you so much, Emre. Thank you so much, Mr. Alper. Thank you for joining lastly on time, Emre. And yeah, with this, I would like to conclude today's March 15th weekly wins. Finally, we got here the organizational updates as well, which is really, really good, and apparently is a very positive thing for the organization. So thank you so much, everyone, for attending. I wish you a happy weekend, and for you too, for Mr. Alper, safe flight, and for everyone attending at the expo. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
See you, team. Take care.
Everyone. Thank you.